Good morning, good morning, good morning, Facebook. Good morning. Good morning. It's about 7:45 here in the great state of Alabama. Good morning, Gina. Good morning, Cyrus, brother. The great state of Alabama, in which God has placed me and set me charge over this region of central Alabama. I had a friend that called and said God had expanded my region, so I believe what he saw in the vision, the imagination, and in the dream, that now my territory, if you want to say that, my region of influence, my sphere of influence, how about that, reaches from, there's a rainbow that goes from El Paso, Texas, arching all the way up into Michigan, all the way down over into the northern part of Florida. I believe that was a prophetic vision from a friend he called. And Jesus told me that I would go to Africa, that I would also go to Israel, and Jerusalem packaged into one. But that's not what I want to talk about this morning. Gabriel, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I want to bring you an encouraging word. But let's start right here. With God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. Now let me show you how this pertains to us in a very powerful way. Very powerful way. When you come into this revelation that we are one. So with God, all things are possible. But God and man have never been separate, meaning we have always been one. And let me prove this once more to everyone that's listening. All things, all created beings, everything that was made, everything that manifested, all things visible, transitioned from one condition into another condition. So transitioned from invisibility to visibility through Him, through God. And nothing that was made, nothing that became separate from God, or was made separate from God. So all things visible are one with God by that statement. If nothing that was made separate from God, it means everything that was made is one with God. I don't even like to use the language made or created, because it makes us think of we came from nothing. That's not true. Because in Him was life. In who? In the Word. But the Word was one with God in the beginning, and the Word was God. So in God was life. And that life was the light of mankind. So we've always been one. And this speaks of before now, in origin. Beginning right there actually means origin. If you look up the words, good morning, Dr. K. So everything is one with God. So this means that man and God, mankind, when I say man, I mean mankind, have never been separate. If I say we've never been separate, it means we've always been one. Not two separate beings, not separate in two, but one and the same, or one as. One. So by this statement, now I just proved it, by this statement, we can now declare that all things are possible with man. With man, all things are possible because man is one with God. It never has been separate. So with man, all things are possible because man and God are one and the same. So all things are possible as man is one with God. And God actually became man in order for man to be God. Now, Athanasius said in order for man to become God. But per Holy Spirit said all distance and delay has been removed. And any distance and delay that is in your mind will be removed. It's a tear. And a tear is a broken thought or word. In a tear, a broken thought or words is separate. It speaks of separation. But the two are one and the same and not two separate. So we are one. So every broken tear that has grown up in the wheat shall be harvested by the message of one, from a messenger sent from God by God. So with man, because as we are one with God, all things are possible. Everything is possible. God imagines a thing or thinks a thing, and it's a finished act or finished work. It was finished. The Word that was with God, in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word was God. And the Word actually became flesh. The Word became. The Word manifested. The Word transitioned from one realm or condition into another through God as God. So the Word became flesh and dwells not among. That word among should be en in the Greek, and it means within, inside. So the Word became a body and dwells as us. So when we think a thing, we imagine a thing. It works both ways now. When we imagine a thing, it is a finished act. The visions and dreams that you have, the imagination, your thoughts. You think a thing, the desire of your heart, and it happens. Through our awareness. That's why it's very important to see that we are one and that God is love, and so we are love. So this Word actually became flesh, you and me, and dwells within us, not just within us, but dwells as us. The Christ. Christ in you. Christ as you. Like Paul said, for I have died. Me, myself, and I have died. It's no longer me living here right now. It's Christ living as me. So there is no more separation. We say with God all things are possible. Now we think that, God and man are two different beings. Two separate. So with God out there somewhere, all things are possible. No, God and us are one and the same. So with God, with us, all things are possible. With you, all things are possible. As you are one with God. Be blessed today. Think about that for a little while. Think about it. Just chew on it, think about it, contemplate on it, meditate on it. Listen to your Holy Spirit draw from within. Be blessed today. Have a great day. Love you all.